Good morning. Happy Monday morning to you all, and welcome to this light language event for the Libra new moon in September 2022. I'm sorry I couldn't come on last night. The energy of the new moon, I think on Saturday night, just kept me awake all night. So I wasn't able to give my best to you yesterday, which is what I always want to do, is to be able to come on here and be present for you and just give you all the energy that I can channel. So I'm back, and the lovely thing is about moons is it's not as if we have to engage with them in that precise moment that they're full or new. Is that the energy actually carries on either side for about 3 days. So we are in a wave of the new moon energy. But I am back and thrilled to be here and talking about this. It's another amazing new moon. You know, I was thinking this morning, just out walking the dog, and you know, I used to, when I was younger, full moons used to be terrible for me. I couldn't sleep. I would just lie there for hours and hours and hours, cursing, thinking, why can't I sleep? Because the energy of the full moon just captured me and pulled me so far out of my body that I just couldn't engage with myself. I was gone. And I think about a year ago, the energy shifted, and rather than the full moons being incredibly powerful, it became the new moons that are just so strong. You know, the full moons were very much about endings, always highlighting what was coming to an end, highlighting what was no longer needed. And then the energy shifted and we started going into the new moons. They became incredibly powerful, and the new moons are about beginnings. You know, the new moons are about new starts, new doorways. Good morning, Joyce. Thank you for joining me here. It's lovely to have you. You know, so the new moons became this incredibly powerful doorway, moving us forward on this journey. And these new moons have just become extraordinary in their energy. And when you think about how many doorways we've actually progressed through, it is quite extraordinary. You know, we stood still for such a long time or just crept forward. In those last 2 years, and especially in the last year, we have literally taken so many steps forward into our new future, into awakening. It is quite extraordinary. So, you know, if like me, you suddenly find that full moons are a doddle and new moons just are the absolute killer and make you feel crazy and, you know, stop you sleeping and so on, don't worry, they have changed in nature. New moon in Libra, absolutely it is. And your birthday is coming up very soon. Fantastic. Well, a happy birthday for October the 2nd. How wonderful. Yeah, Libran energy can be quite hilarious. You know, I have some Libran family members, and it used to be that if you presented them with a few choices, you know, would you like milk or tea or water? And they'd literally be like, I don't know, I can't make a choice. And this is the kind of funny side of Libra, you know, that they simply can't decide sometimes what they want. And that can be tricky, you know, when it comes to life path or, you know, to deciding whether to take a job or so on. That can become difficult. But there is an amazing side to Libra and a very beautiful side. You know, the newspapers all talk about an astrological sign as being this one silly little thing, but actually underneath there is a real depth and spirituality to every single sign. And Libras seek balance. They try to seek balance within themselves, but they also try to seek or to create balance in the world around them. A Libran who is in balance, who knows themselves, can actually create the most incredible energy around them to help people come in to a sense of peace and balance within themselves and within, you know, the world. So they have an incredibly powerful and important job to do in this world. So, you know, if you are Libran, finding that balance within yourself can really help bring peace across the world. It's you have a very, very special gift. So, you know, being Libra now is quite beautiful. So the purpose of this new moon chat is to, again, talk about this idea of coming into balance in our environment and, as I said, with ourselves. I was writing some things down as I was thinking about this, and it's very important to nurture our family unit, to nurture our friends unit, because this is how we build community. We come together in these small units, and then this small unit connects with another small unit, and we become a bigger unit. And this is how communities and how societies are built. It is one wonderful grouping that comes together and finds a common ground. And in doing so, we care for each other, we nurture each other. We allow all the people, all the hearts to grow, and we help them to evolve. And this is the energy of this Libra new moon. It is about nurturing and caring for each other. Now, especially when we're in families, when we're that close, it's very, very easy to build up resentment, to become angry, to want to cut somebody else off. And we think this is the easy way. But actually, to cut off our heart, to cut off a part of our family, we chose, I'm reminded, we chose this family unit for a reason. We didn't come into this family unit just by accident. We chose our brothers, our sisters, our parents, our cousins, all of them. They're there for a particular reason. And healing them is actually a way that we heal ourselves. When we begin to understand them, we begin to understand a part of our own history, a part of who we are. And yes, if that person in your family is dangerous, then absolutely, there are times when we cut them out. But difficult relationships, they can be healed. And so often we look to the other person and we say, well, you should change. You should adapt. But you know what? We are the stone in the pond. And it is difficult for us to really engage sometimes and say, I love that person. I want to heal this relationship, and I am the one who can do that. Now, the reaction you get back may not be what you want, but we're not talking about changing the other person. We're talking about healing the relationship within our own heart. And we can do that. And then we begin to find peace and balance within ourselves. This is so, so important, making peace with all the aspects of ourself. And this means making peace with the aspects of our family that reside within us. And yes, it is difficult. Not every family is perfect. In fact, most families have an issue at some point. But one of the worst things that can happen is that the family falls apart and they die, and then we are left grieving and thinking, I wish I had said this, I wish I had healed, I wish that I had put the energy of forgiveness, of nurturing, of love out there into that relationship. And this feels very strongly to me what this Libran energy is about, creating that sense of balance within ourselves, and hence the energy will simply go out into the family. And it's not easy. It really isn't. I've struggled with it myself. I know people who have struggled with it, but it is worthwhile. It brings so much calm within our own hearts and within our own everyday. You know, there's nothing worse than spending our days walking around thinking, oh, I wish I could communicate. I wish that I could say this. I wish that I could. Wishful thinking, it gets us nowhere. Action gets us somewhere. bringing in the energy of love and nurturing and forgiveness, this changes things. And as I say, if we sit there and we say, well, I'm not going to forgive them because I'm not going to get anything back from them, this is not the energy of nurturing and forgiveness. The energy of nurturing and love and forgiveness comes from us, and it doesn't matter what we get back. If we only do things because we're expecting something back, that's not real love. Finding peace in ourselves about whatever the situation is, then we create that beautiful balance in ourselves. And what energy do we then put out into the world? What energy do we then show to our family? We are then showing them peace and love. And I am a firm believer that love can cure anything. This is not just a word that comes up. This is something I truly and fully believe, because why are we given this incredible energy in the world? Why do we have this capacity to experience such an astonishing energy as love? If it's just a pathetic little, idea. It's not. Love is extraordinary, and it is up to us to find this, to feel this in our own hearts. And when we can do that, then we influence everything and everybody and every relationship around us. And it's time for us to look at our relationships in a different way. We've been pushed so much into looking at some people as, oh, these people are bad people and these people are good people. Well, you know what? This life isn't easy. And when we turn around to people and say, well, you're a terrible person because you don't think as I do, because you haven't done what I did, because you haven't lived the way I have lived. Well, what an incredible judgment. And all we do is we end up splitting. And then one side of the seesaw you have, sorry, there's my lovely selenite. On one side of the seesaw we have the good people, and on the other side we have the bad people. And the more we go into this energy, the worse the seesaw gets tipped. How is that balance? This Libra new moon gives us the opportunity to recognise that people are not inherently evil. They are not bad. They are trying to figure out this life. They are trying to understand the rules of this life, the 3D rules that people have given us, the freedom of the 5D. They're trying to figure all this out. They're being bombarded by energy just as we are. And some of us are able to open up to it and say, it's fine. I allow this energy to influence me, to shift, to open my heart. Other people are not there yet. They're too scared. They're too still entrenched in this 3D world. That doesn't make them bad. It just means this is where they are. But we need to stop pushing people down on this seesaw, and actually we need to just extend love across the whole of the seesaw so that gradually it comes back into balance, so that we have this beautiful balance of light and dark, of night and day. Again, I know some people walk around and say, well, why don't we just kill off all the old people? Because we can't just eradicate wisdom. That there's these are the kind of extreme comments that we hear out there, and we don't say, oh, these are bad people for saying that. It's just that this is where they are right now. But we need youth. We need the joyful, playful arrogance of youth, along with the calming, less energetic wisdom of old age. We need everything. We need independence and we need help. We need male and female. We need energetic days. We need rest days. We need forgiveness and we need anger. We need everything. Libra is balance. And one of the best things that we can do is always to find that balance within ourselves. Now, I was thinking about marriage. And when the bride gets dressed and they say she has to wear something old and something new and something borrowed and something blue, but the old and the new. And I thought, how beautiful is that? In this one person, she is gathering up the past and she's bringing in the future. And there the bride is as the present, creating this wonderful lineage, this wonderful connection between the old and the new. And she becomes that balance as she steps forward into another union, creating there another connection into the male and female, or into the female, male, it doesn't matter, because we each carry male and female within us, but they're creating another wonderful connection and creating balance again of masculine and feminine, yin and yang energies. Everything is about connection, and we want these connections to always be in balance. This is where we want to go. So, the world is changing so quickly right now, and we really are not just taking one step forward, we are quite frankly running forward now. We're taking so many steps, and it can be very difficult as we run forward to maintain any sense of balance. And this is where we need to come back into our heart, always coming back into our heart, because this is where we can maintain that sense of balance. No matter what's happening in the world, and you can pick up any newspaper and they'll tell you how terrible things are, but they won't provide any balance to tell you the good things that are happening in the world. This is where we need to really just, again, come back into ourselves and focus on that balance in ourselves. And we do this by nurturing ourselves, taking care of who we are, taking time for ourselves, listening to who we are and what I want. I was so tempted yesterday evening to come on and say, no, just go on, just do the live, it'll be fine. And I thought, well, my ego is going, go on, do it, because you don't want to let these people down, as if you all depend on me. That's the ego going on. But then I sat in meditation and I listened. And I said, come on, guides, everybody, tell me, what is it that I need between my heart, between my guides? And my heart went, I would love to. I would so love to. And my guides just came in and went, just delay it. That's genius. I hadn't thought of just delaying it. So it was when I went into meditation, when I turned off the ego, when I just sat there and said, okay, now I'm in a state of balance. What is it that I need? And they said, just delay it. And I had to come back and find a place of balance within myself so that I could come on here and talk to you about balance. Had I come on last night and do it, I probably would have been so tired, my brain would have gone blah, 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 don't know what I'm saying. And it would have been me pushing forward and saying, come on, you can do this, ignoring me. And this is what we're so good at in life. Oh, I should do this. I have to do this. I've got to go and try. It's expected of me. And when actually, if you turn around and you say, what do I need? What would actually nurture me the most right now? And if you listen to that, you will find what it is that you really need. We have been so taught to just keep going no matter what. Now we have a school system that says if your child is ill, they must go to school. Otherwise they'll get a truancy thing, fine or something. And if a child says, oh, I really, really don't want to because I'm scared of going to school, off you go to school, because if not, parents will get in trouble. We have these systems. In America, if you are sick, you have to take a day out of your holiday. This is not nurturing. When did we create a world that says you have to do something no matter what your body tells you? You have to step forward and carry on, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on in your life. It's time to come back and start nurturing and saying, you know, if I can't do something today, if my body says I just can't, it's time we started listening to this. And it's time also that we started listening to our thoughts, to our feelings. Again, we dismiss our feelings as, oh, it's just a feeling. It's not just a feeling. If you feel a particular way, we've now been taught, oh, if you feel a bit depressed, run off and we'll give you some pills. How is this nurturing? Our body talks to us. If we have an ache, if we have a pain, if we are feeling depressed, this is our body saying, please listen to me. Please change something in your life that is creating this situation. This is the energy that we would love to bring into the world. And we can help this. We can help bring it into the world by doing it for ourselves. We always think, oh, I have no power. I can't change anything. Well, look what's happening now. The dark is beginning to fall. The toxic dark is beginning to fall. They are being seen. And how did we do this? Did we do this through, I don't know, through knocking on their doors and taking down the building, through destruction? We didn't. We achieved this by nurturing each other, by letting love lead the way, by turning around and saying, you may want to keep us separate, but we're not going to. We're going to care for our neighbour. We're going to hug. We're going to listen. This is why the toxic dark is falling, because we came out and we said, we're going to care. We're going to nurture each other. We're going to nurture our family and our friendships and our community. We have immense, immense power. So let's use this nurturing and bring it back inside of ourselves now. Let's give it to the heart that really, really needs it and that deserves it. And that's your own. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm writing a post this morning. And it is about, you know, we look out on the horrors of the world and we say, oh my God, isn't that awful? This is actually so often how we treat ourselves. The world is a mirror for how we view and how we treat ourselves. So if you find yourself looking at the world and you're not seeing the beauty and the joy and the love, question, how do I look after myself? What do I think about myself? It's quite surprising when we begin to do that, and quite shocking sometimes. When you look in that mirror, what's your first thought? Make it honest. What really is your first thought when you look in that mirror? And if it's not a good one, change it. You have the power to love and nurture yourself. So, let's move on to looking at some oracle cards. And today, if I can find the pack, I was tempted by the unicorns. They did call, and they are here, but I just didn't fancy the cards today. So I've chosen Beyond Lemuria. I love these cards. So the first card that came up is Gracious Receptivity. And you see those open hands? And the beautiful little birds? Gracious receptivity. Giving and receiving. It's not just one way. You know, we're immensely good at giving to people. Giving to a charity, giving to, collection box on the street. How good are we at giving to ourselves? How good are we at receiving from others? If someone turns round and says, I'd like to do something nice for you, do you accept it? Or do you say, oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that. I'm not worthy. What actually is your answer? It took me a long time to be able to accept gifts from other people. But you know what? In receiving them, I actually help the other person feel better because they feel that they are doing something. So there's a very, very important reason why we need to be open to receiving the gifts that are given to us, as well as giving out gifts, as well as being the balance of Libra. Then we come on to furred and feathered friends. That lovely card. And this card again asks us, how do we nourish ourselves? You don't find an animal saying, oh no, I couldn't possibly have that. My lovely dog, it doesn't matter what you give him. He'd be like, yay, I like that. You give him a piece of cheese. He's like, oh, I like that. Can I have some more cheese, please? You offer him more cheese. Okay, I'll have some more cheese. He never refuses. Never. And if you say to him, come here for a cuddle, he comes in for a cuddle. He's constantly in this wonderful flow of abundance. He gives, he takes, he receives. He does all of this. Animals don't turn round and go, oh no, I really shouldn't have that. No, they nourish themselves all the time. You watch a bird washing itself. You know, they're getting ready, they're oiling all their feathers. They take care of themselves. Every winter, lots of birds will go abroad. Why? Because they sense in themselves, now is the time that I need the warmth. They know exactly what to do. They are in connection with nature. They're in connection with what it is that they need. And we want to do the same for us. Listen to yourself. What does your body need in winter? What does your body want in summer? Listen to it and go with it. Go with this wonderful flow of energy. I'm being reminded how, you know, in winter we kind of turn around to people and go, oh, wearing bright colours in winter, that's a bit radical. If you want to wear a bright colour in winter, wear it because it's what you need. Stepping out of all these rules and bringing in all that you need that makes you feel right in that day, in that moment. Cast aside anything that somebody has told you about what is right or wrong and listen only to what it is that you need. So be like a wonderful little feathered friend and listen to what it is that you need. Then we come to the crown chakra. Right up here, our connection to the divine universe. And I don't know if you can see it in here, but you can just about at the top make out an infinity symbol, the figure of 8. This is very from the symbol of the crown chakra. And what does it represent? It's two perfect circles. They exactly match each other. They are perfection in balance. They are perfection and balance of yin and yang. And when we bring in the universe, we can feel the balance of the universe. So let's take it all in. You know, we are here on earth. We also need to bring in all this wonderful divine energy so that the glorious energy of the universe and the incredible energy of Gaia, of earth, comes in and meets again in our heart. So we have these beautiful two aspects coming in. The figure of 8, one circle rising above our head, the other one flowing down beneath our feet. There we sit, existing in this beautiful infinity symbol. Call this in. Imagine all this energy flowing in and meeting within your heart. This creates the most beautiful balance in ourselves. Okay, they're reminded it is the marriage of the two elements. It's perfect, really, isn't it? So, and actually I was going to say something earlier. I've got, my jumper on, which I bought, my new jumper. But this, speaking of past, this belonged to my mother. She gave it to me. She wore it back in the 60s. So here I am, in the present, wearing something new and something old. See? Always balance. Now, go and get yourselves comfortable. Definitely have unicorns here, and we'll see who else, what are the divine energies want to come through. Before I start, this is funny. There are these wonderful beings called the love light beings, and I have one guide from there who is called Ukulu, and a masculine energy. And I was lying there this morning, and then a new guide popped up, again, one of the love light beings. And I have to write this down, because if not, I will say it. No, I have to. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, yes, and sorry, I can't do anything backwards. And this energy turned up and said, my name is Uluku. So Ukulu to Uluku. And I said, well, who are you? And they said, I am the feminine aspect. So suddenly these two energies have merged, and there is the masculine and the feminine, and just turned up as we step into this beautiful Libran energy. So that was perfect. So they are here as well. So get yourself comfortable, and let's see what energy would like to come through to help us to nurture ourselves, to create a sense of balance in our life and in our future going forward. So let's close your eyes and take a beautiful breath in. And as you breathe out, release the old energy. And as you breathe in, bring in the new. And release again that wonderful flow between new and old. Let it flow naturally in and out of you. Madoran kimujvazi atrashazike, tabozoran yat, kmiada rajoshin yiswishika, adizu kumusquetia, padorudo darju kunkaina, namazina zeta, aduzikamaru no koshini, samadorumikiwajia that she swishinia samaradai yubutora, tuna de kriaska maradajnebe, abarera kamanakaragodorshini, kasweti chushku within kaparadashki, that's what I need to square, samatador shitja jander, pasakera kimia, tunazuket. Baraka di che calmata tabrica da che baraka to schizas come da disco to non bugi wasnia tarasi come kada koshka da timishkwesi na do mota bertata per gota kina zo katra a diski shmushweshi sabara doroshinia sa turushits mnie to rojo barakati kamaro to kimia troshwisi an modo dorosha kai kai da kai kota mata kai barakota ta pada kriachki metswiske modo jojinia swara tojoshke puturbache chunika ka dorshkitsa batara tachi kimi swishkoda to suskidarash como kare dashki ma savtara bodara de baradon barada ki karobadara shikim sa don taskiata ta burdushki ma zwishitra bajati ne barati porkansa etara zakama ta dei komkato tashkiva patato maka pataki mrakan shishkuma a tu shiski etrka marojo ko kaishmata ko kaishmata bashibedar mishibatsina aterboda pararo kar ki makaishni ka basimoro toshki titiski shu to moji diitata patata be wono mora apako kage baraji na shosia so ka taramakavishibe ta roshoswe ta rijik ma abarodonati koko kamara aski ta bojo shinji swatari ki kundan marakatski tamarada buka matar shujin Baratishki siki hoka baratsendeka adarujishimia hoka eijga gamarajoshi kiwi gyutor pakawa mesikena matakarkede kuta marjiyatse matonna jashinya akizgi adroshka sitaramai abo adaramarkim ke darnya marashiki pasuko kakina marashisi shishu sieta barajoshke utareba etikemeka wal ijun shushim pasuboro dorjinya se atedeki tarbarki tador koka mara Ikishki shitata shusi kamaraza, Narizinia, Aboga regis kimashisia that darimate shikim yeskora, Amiadorushan jirkoka yamarazi kemeki, Anadari denukashki, Matsodora mexi, Amiatarasha, Taziki exiskuski miatarasha, Sachinias warite, Tadishki shurkosha kamarazikara, Anijaja mare oshi, Tamosh, Hodejiska, Siziera nanaria, Parajuski. Uye daranazi nanari kamrakia tanjinski mushinyasa ayadarashi pasiyatarako okia matatashnya besichiga Etolmo juisin yasaraki, mazin yasakaraki, odarma, Yadanyan jikund, Kashkender Koshkin Yazarieta, and Yeshkias, or it does Kimiski, Maridichke. They're talking about how when we are born as that beautiful little seed, that divine being in the womb, and it is all about love. It is through love, it is through nurturing that this baby grows. And we seem to think as a baby that yes, we are given all the love, but then we grow up and we think we don't need that same level of love and care and nurturing that our parents gave us. We do. We really do. Najuda Shikimoshkesa Yatarama, Wikimik, Watatushka, Meshishi Yatarabashatorasa, Matishka, Tataish Nesari Noroko, Moradas Yasam Yatrako, Kamara Shishki, Shinya Savaratini, Quaradijishkirsa, Marunoskio, Huskunda, Oskuna, Rakotorka, Yatarikishka, Shimushwasia, Masimara Tarushki, Parador, Bakarakishki, Zutsuyatarumojiza, Tarizism Yatarashi, Kamishasarade. Tarojuskimi Washashinia Tara, Yetaroshukia Narashiki, Sukurania, Karasimidroshka, Samiatorjeska, Adurobosa, Taruduju, Marazini Siha, Atarajin, Sisi Camara, Suzuko Baradonoshka, Savarade Shesia. Matosuzan Yasari di Kiko, Marono Jazanyase, Adit, Choshumarasa Watariko Karakia, Matarajushin Yuswishines Karadishke, Sitiata Tabaronota, Tatutotamarasa, Kiorki, Aradoja Kerasikia, Marazutosa, Taruzuskara, Tomurish, Sinisawari dead, Kichamush was Sigara, the Kamanatarakushi Shishasa, Matarajimia, Sejashias, Toto Toshias Karadatki, Matorinjas, Sinishkias, Barodar Shets. Yes, a parador Shimmerwa, Atizeskia, Musota Damia, go, Tadis, Kessi, at the Majoricica, but the Jishkish was a rarity, the Tumorosa, the Tumor of God, Aishkaz Yasaware, the Ichkishkoska, a Muzuko, Coca Mia Darjinias, but Siskiska, Tadarishkis, Kara, Teshiskota, Teshuskats, Paradota Marazi, Hakia. We actually give more love and care to our plants, they say, than we do to ourselves. We are the bottom of the pile. We look to other people to give us the love. And yet we care for our animals, we care for our plants, we care for everything apart from our own heart, the heart that is the most divine, beautiful, precious energy, organ that we could ever imagine. But Shadasai what I thought I said, Kati Chukutska, Tajichka Samarata, Daj, Amio Domuskar, Dodrishkes, Miasamarata, Kuska, Tarabe, Amodaja Zikia, Tatushka Sata, Zakia Sakaraki, Tatsika, Katakiski, Tsajikora, Batarajonia Sari, Tamoka Zetaria, Tanjo, Shogimoka, Toshinia Kosuko Matati. Watakutikiskia, Tarajiski, Tomoshes, Tatiketa Takieta, Kamata Gorka, Tiana Koshiska, Tanta Tomorakatachkin, the Cassiater, Kaboshika Marata, Titino Shumiase, Adia Jura, Adarajo Shumiasara, the Ka, Titcheskia, Udamot Katar, Udaroma Kosiatara Kedishki. Just allow that beautiful nurturing energy to sit there in your heart, and you may feel it in your higher heart, you may feel it in your thymus as well. Gentle, beautiful, nurturing energy. Some days we just need gentleness. We just need peace and calm. Just be in that energy. Maybe put your hand on your heart And feel the energy of that chakra. Feel the softness, the light within it. Just be in touch with your higher heart, with your heart. And just for a few breaths, treasure yourself. Treasure every part of you. Be at peace with who you are and everything that you are. And feel that beautiful energy. This energy is you. This peace, this love, calm, it is you. Always. And remember to go back to your heart every day, to nurture yourself, to care for who you are, for your needs. And then that love will flow into your relationships, your connections, and you will be able to nurture those as well. But it all starts with nurturing us. Now when you're ready, just take a deep breath in and breathe out and open your eyes. And look at the world. Does it look different? Do you see it through different eyes? Do you see the balance? I hope this sense of peace will continue to be with you throughout the rest of the day. And as I've said previously, these events are always free. But should you wish to make a donation, it will go towards a healing session for someone who is in need but can't afford it. So any donations, big or small, will be very much welcomed by those who need healing. And also don't forget, if you haven't seen, that I will be in person. I feel like I'm making a personal appearance, like I'm a celebrity. I'm not. I wouldn't want to be. In Hove at the Cornerstone Community Centre. So if you are in the area, tickets are available now. You can find the details on the website. And if you're not in the area, I will be streaming it, hopefully. Good Wi-Fi. So you can always join me there. So I say tickets are available for purchase through Facebook. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me here today. And I hope you will take steps throughout this Libran month to nurture, to find balance, and to create a world for you that is balance, not someone else's. Balance for you. And I look forward so much to seeing you again soon. And I send you many, many light blessings. Love to you all. Bye-bye.